What's up, everybody? Shonnydman here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys had yourselves a great week. Getting ready for the weekend. We are doing a small little extra video for this week where we're going to talk about the newest James Bond game that is coming out later in 2026. It is 007 First Light. I believe this was kind of teased a couple of months ago, but we got our first kind of like game trailer of it this past Wednesday for the PlayStation's State of Play showcase that they did. Not a lot of interesting video games that are coming in that set of State of Play that they showed that I was interested in. Obviously, Ghost of Yotai or Yokai comes out. No, it's Yotai. Why did I say Yokai? But Yotai comes out this October. There is the newest Silent Hill game. I'm not too familiar with Silent Hill, so that may be something I will take a look at here on the gaming channel that we might do some gameplay of. But really, the one that caught my attention that I was very much interested in just from watching the trailer, even though I'm very curious about it, is that, like I mentioned, it's the new 007 First Light. Watching the trailer, and we're going to take a look at it here, it kind of didn't feel like a James Bond type trailer. Then it comes out, this is supposed to be set like basically like a rookie 007. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, because that just means in order to get us the James Bond that we all know and love, you're gonna probably have to do like a trilogy of games. So 007 1, 2, and 3 in order to give us that full story of how he became, one of the most renowned spies, in history. So that is something I'm very curious to see on how that plays out. If that is the route they're going, who knows? There is another kind of showcase of games going on this weekend, or at least today on Friday when you were watching it. Maybe it's Xbox. I can't think of who it was, but there is like another showcase of games going on. So maybe there's more information about the game that's going to come out during the showcase. But obviously, again, the State of Play, I've seen a lot of people talk about it, very underwhelming. Not really a lot of interesting games, because a lot of it wasn't really any kind of showcasing of actual gameplay. Now, again, some of these studios are going to like show gameplay at their own time when they're ready to, but a lot of the games that were showcased are coming out basically post July. And I think most of them are coming out like around the late September, early October time frame. So that's about 3-4 months away, and some of these games that we still don't have any kind of actual gameplay trailer of. And then just the other day, we got what was it, like demo gameplay or demo footage for The Witcher 4. Now, again, that's a game that's on my list of things to check out. I haven't really checked out The Witcher before, but they did a thing of that the other day that looked interesting. So it's interesting because it's getting to a point where like a lot of these video games, they really don't show a lot of actual gameplay. A lot of it's just trailer stuff, or not trailer stuff. It's just like, I'm trying to think of the word. Like Grand Theft Auto 6 did this too, I believe, where it was just kind of like it was all like cutscenes, but like not actual gameplay. Like the cutscenes are a part of the video that was shown, if that makes sense. But needless to say, I am very interested in a lot of these games, like Ghost of Yotai, Silent Hill. If I get into that series, which I might, that could be something we will play here on the channel. And then obviously 007 First Light is another one that we might jump into. But before we get into just watching the trailer, if you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below. We are currently going through a little fun series of Star Wars Empire War, Awakening the Clone Wars mod. Yesterday, I believe, episode 17 dropped, episode 16 dropped, and then tomorrow, episode 17 drops. And then we're also doing a live stream of me playing for the very first time Elder Scrolls Oblivion, the remastered one. So I'm very excited to jump into that because I love Skyrim, never played Oblivion. So we're definitely going to check that out tomorrow on the gaming channel. So you definitely want to hang out and watch that. So be sure, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button, comment below. And let's just check out this trailer again for 007 First Light.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
I like, so far, like, obviously this is just trailer footage and everything, but I mean, it looked good. This is supposed to be M. I don't know. Probably wouldn't be my first choice, but we'll see how it goes.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instinct.
I think the issue is like people are probably going to see this and think of, like, you know, probably maybe calling it woke because you have two people who are basically supposed to be British descent, and they're not. I mean, obviously they're not white, so. I mean, you in the Daniel Craig James Bond, you do have Pennyworth. Obviously, she's black, and then what was it? No Time to Die. I believe the final installment for Daniel Craig's James Bond. You had like the new 007. She was black, which is fine. Don't really care too much about that, but I don't know. That's just me, just giving some thoughts out there.
All praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Like, again, again, this is like supposed to be a first timer 007. Like, as we hear here at the beginning of the trailer, he's about to enroll into the program that, you know, espionage, that kind of stuff. Protecting the world from the shadows kind of thing. So if they do a trilogy of games, I would expect like the age to kind of like go up here a little bit. I'm not sure who this is. I'm not sure who the character model's based off of. So maybe somebody in the comment section knows.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
So that's probably Pennyworth, if I had to guess.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
Probably Q. I would prefer maybe a younger version. If this is indeed Q, if I'm thinking of who I'm thinking of, obviously he's in the lab. He's going to get the gadgets for the car, the watch, all this gadget stuff he's going to get here. I would rather have a younger version. Now, that's not saying that like something could happen to this particular character and a much younger version comes in and takes over, like a Prodigy, something like that. Then I could potentially maybe see that. But again, it's just me thinking out loud, but like I think I would rather have had a much younger version, but we'll see.
So you shouldn't have.
But then again, I'm not sure what the ages of like the much like other James Bond movies, because obviously, like I mentioned, Daniel Craig's was like he was relatively young, maybe like late 20s, early 30s, maybe. And then obviously you have like the ones with Sean Connery and so on and so forth.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master.
This looks so that looks cool. That looks very good. I like that. We actually get a little bit, even though it's like part of the trailer for the game. We do get a little bit of gameplay.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
Jet lag gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
You kind of hear, I'm thinking, a little bit of the James Bond theme.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting.
It looks like a very gorgeous game. So.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
Yeah, so 2026 is when it's set to release. So you can wishlist it now. Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right. So there we have it. First little look at 007 First Light. Does look interesting. Like I said, I'm very much excited. I think I saw somebody like comment. It looks more like Uncharted, but which I can definitely see what they're talking about. But we got a year. It just says 2026, so not really sure like the exact date, but we got, about a year before this game comes out. So it could, more information, more gameplay could really very much get me really invested into this game. I'm very excited to play it because like the last James Bond game that came out, I believe was like in 2020 or 2012. 2012 was the last one that came out. I played one before when I was a kid, but I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I do love James. Well, I do like James Bond. Like, obviously, I'm only familiar with the Daniel Craig version. I am going to check out the other versions that, again, I know there's a couple with Sean Connery and a few other well-talented actors in it that I do want to check out. But overall, it looks fine. This is just one of the games that was displayed during the showcase on Wednesday. We'll just see how things are when more information comes out about the game. You can wish list it now, which I probably will do. But yeah, I'm very excited. But guys, that's relatively it. Just wanted to drop a quick little video going over this. If you're new to the channel, like I mentioned, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification button, check out the gaming channel for everything else. Check out the podcast channel that you can find down in the description below. We are going live over there tonight for a little bit. And then, like I said, tomorrow on Saturday, we'll be live streaming Elder Scrolls Oblivion for the very first time. So you definitely don't want to miss that. But guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next video.